Hello everyone, we're back with the Falcons franchise, and today we're going to be playing not only our last regular season game of the year, but our last regular season game of this entire franchise. And on top of that, we're going to find out who will end up making the postseason. In the NFC, you have a couple of wildcard spots up for grabs, and in the AFC, you have the AFC East that still needs to determine a winner, which is exactly why this Patriots and Buccaneers game is going to be so important, and why we will check in on that game at halftime of our game against the Seattle Seahawks. Now, our game against the Seahawks, it is not exactly the most important when it comes to the postseason, because we have already locked up the 1 seed in the NFC, and the Seahawks are not going to be making the postseason regardless of the outcome of this game. They have a very interesting offense that ranks 21st in points per game, 28th in passing, and 17th in rushing, despite having a very talented offense with DK Metcalf, Jacob Callaway, Tyler Lockett, Noah Fant, and Kenneth Walker on it. I guess it really just falls on Davis Mills, their starting quarterback, not getting the job done. We'll see if Joey Bosa is able to set a career high in sacks. He only needs one of those in order to set a career high. The Seattle defense, it is not the greatest. They rank 17th in points per game allowed, 20th against the pass, and 25th against the run. They do have Jamal Adams now at middle linebacker, and he actually leads the entire NFL in interceptions, so we do not want to throw the ball his way, and I would really like to be able to run the ball well today anyway, because A.J. Dillon is trying to win a rushing title. He does currently lead the NFL in rushing yards. We'll see if he's able to end the year leading the NFL in rushing yards. But let's go ahead and get into our final regular season game of this entire franchise against the Seattle Seahawks. Atlanta beginning with possession. It'll be a fake to A.J. Dillon. Man is going to throw deep right side. It is pulled in by Odell across midfield. He's all the way to the Seattle 45. A great catch by OBJ to begin this game. There's A.J. Dillon going nowhere. 3rd and 8 to throw left side. And it's Odell with another catch, but this time he's out of bounds shy of a first. Bringing up 4th down, so Younghoe Koo is going to sneak it inside that left upright and give the Falcons an early 3-0 lead. The Seahawks with their first chance on offense. It'll be a check down to Noah Fant, and the side end is going to pick up 13 yards and a first down. Give to Kenneth Walker on the ground. The former Michigan State Spartan is across midfield and all the way to the Atlanta 44. Now a throw right side, and Jacob Callaway, the third-year man out of Boise State, is going to pick up a first down as well. He's up to the 25. 2nd and 6. Mills, way too much time back there, and he'll check it down on the left side to Mixon, who is knocked out of bounds with the first down up at the 13. 2nd and 11. Here is Walker left side. He's met by Ebiketie, and he'll be stopped in the backfield for a loss of 1. 3rd and 12. Mills surveying and now under pressure, and he'll go down. He'll be sacked by Joey Bosa, who has just set a career high in sacks in a season. And that's going to bring up 4th down, and the Seahawks will settle for a field goal as well. And we're going to be all set up at 3 here in the first quarter. The Seahawks back on offense after a quick possession from Atlanta, and there's a gain of 5 on 1st down. Now a quick throw left side, and DK Metcalf will pick up a first down up at the 34. Mills from a clean pocket. He'll check it down to Tyler Lockett, who turns upfield and is brought down up near midfield with a first down. Kenneth Walker right side is going to be across midfield and all the way to the Atlanta 42 with a first down. They go right back to him, and this time there is Donnell Allen and Najee Johnson. 3rd and 3. Mills under some pressure, and he's going down again. This time he'll be sacked by Donnell Allen, and that's going to put the Seahawks on the edge of field goal range, and they're going to try the long kick, and it's not even close. He had the range, but the accuracy just was not there. So Atlanta taking over at midfield, and A.J. Dillon is going to take this one into Seattle territory with a gain of 12. And on 1st and 10 goes left side and hits Odell for the 3rd time this game. And he's up near the 20 with a first down. Now A.J. Dillon is going to carry this one up to the 6 and make it goal to go. 1st and goal. Dillon, they'll fake it to him. And man throws right side of the end zone, and it's caught by Kyle Pitts for a touchdown to give the Falcons the lead again here in the first half and make it 10-3. Kenneth Walker beginning the Seattle drive with a short gain of 3 yards on the play as the Seahawks trail 10-3 in the first half. Now 3rd and 4. Mills looking to set up a screen. He'll get it to Miles Sanders, who breaks a tackle and spins off another, and he's not going to be able to get away from Dalton Truman, though. He'll be stopped in the backfield, and the Seahawks are going to end up punting that one away. Atlanta starting this drive at their 32. Here is man on the move, hitting Kyle Pitts underneath. And he's going to get upfield and get up to the 43 with a first down. And right back to the air on 1st and 10, but this time he's going down. He'll be sacked for a loss of 8 by Bowser. And that'll bring up 2nd and 18. Man goes over the middle quickly and hits Odell, who hangs on through some contact. 3rd and 9. Man surveying and going left side, hitting Kyle Pitts, and he's brought down just across midfield, short of the first. So Atlanta is going to end up punting that one away, and the Seahawks will take over at their 26. Here's a deep ball left side for DK Metcalf, and Mills has got him. And Metcalf is all the way across midfield to the Atlanta 32 with a huge gain. Mills going deep right side this time to the end zone. It is out of reach for Tyler Lockett. 3rd and 8. Mills. A deep drop, he's still backing up. Now he'll move right and throw back left across the field, and it's nowhere near a receiver. So it'll be incomplete, bringing up 4th down, and the Seahawks will kick another field goal and make this one and make it 6-10. Just about 2 minutes to go in the first half. Here is A.J. Dillon getting dropped in the backfield for a loss of 3. 2nd and 13. Man goes deep over the middle and hits Kyle Pitts. He's got a huge gain, but the ball is going to be punched out. And the Seahawks are going to recover and take over in Falcons territory with a chance to try and take the lead. Here late in the first half on a mistake by Kyle Pitts. You don't see him doing that very often. Now a completion to Jacob Callaway to begin the Seattle drive. He's going to put the Seahawks right into the red zone. He's all the way up to the 17. Mills backing up under some pressure, and he's going down again, this time sacked by Ebiketie and Joey Bosa. And that's going to be a loss of 14. 3rd and 18. Mills under pressure again, and there's Joey Bosa for the 3rd time this game. He'll be sacked back at the 33, bringing up 4th and long. And the Seahawks are going to kick their 3rd field goal of the first half, and they'll make it and make it 9-10. So Atlanta's still up a point here late in the first half. We'll see what they want to try. They are looking like they're going to try and drive down the field and at least get a field goal. 2nd and 4. Man goes over the middle. It is dropped by Drake London, who was wide open. 3rd and 4. Man fires over the middle into heavy traffic. A bad decision, and it's going to be picked off by Brooks, and he's going to return this one to the 35, and the Seahawks have a chance to take the lead again here late in the first half. Mills is going to spin around, throw on the move, and hit Callaway inside the 10, and he's out of bounds up at the 7, making it goal to go. 1st and goal. Mills rolls to his right and throws to the end zone for Noah Fant, and he cannot hang on. 3rd and goal. Mills backing up, rolling right again, and this time he'll throw it away, bringing up 4th down. And the Seahawks will attempt their 5th field goal of the first half and make this one, making their 4th. So they'll take a 12-10 lead over the Falcons in the halftime, and we'll see what happens in the second half. Checking in on the wild card race, we'll start with the Buccaneers, who were able to beat the Patriots 34-17. So Tampa Bay has in fact locked up a wild card spot. As for the other wildcard spot, the Vikings ended up losing to the Packers 31-10, and the Saints ended up beating the Dolphins 28-14. So that last wildcard spot is now between the Saints and Giants because the Vikings have been eliminated with that loss and a Saints win. If the Giants are able to beat the Commanders, the Giants will get the last wildcard spot. If the Commanders beat the Giants, then the Saints will get the last wildcard spot. Getting into our second half, it is Seattle with possession and Mixon beginning the Seattle drive with a gain of 6. A fake to Miles Sanders, and Mills is going down. He'll be sacked by Dalton Truman, and it's going to be a quick 3-and-out for the Seahawks offense. Atlanta starting this drive at their 43. A.J. Dillon is going to take it across midfield, and he's down at the Seattle 43 with a first down and then some. Dillon left side again. This time he's brought down a little short of the first. Dillon a 3rd straight carry, and he's got a first down this time and is up to the 31. A screen pass on the left side to Alonzo Hitchens, and he's picking up 6 yards on the play. 3rd and 4. Man against a blitz, goes over the middle, and hits Drake London, who actually hangs onto the ball, and he's up to the 8, and he's going to make it goal to go. 1st and goal. Dillon runs over a defender. He is brought down by his own teammate, though, in Kyle Pitts. 2nd and goal. A throw right side to Kyle Pitts. He is going to pick up 3 yards on the play. Dillon on 3rd and goal, getting a carry, and he's going to be brought down right away, bringing up 4th down. And the Falcons will settle for a field goal and make this one and take a 13-12 lead here in the 3rd quarter. Under 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. It'll be Noah Fant beginning the Seattle drive with a gain of 10 and a first down. Mills from the 35. It's Mixon, and he'll step out of bounds up past the 40. Second and 4. Mills checks it down to Fant. He gets a block from Callaway, is across midfield, and he's brought down at the Atlanta 43. Now first and 10 from the 28. They'll give it to Walker left side. He's met by Najee Johnson, and down at the 22. Third and 1. Walker up the middle. He's got the first down, is inside the 15, and brought up at the 13. Second and 10. It's Walker again. He's inside the 10, and brought up at the 9. Third and 6. Mills looking around. He'll throw to the end zone, and he's going to connect with Noah Fant for a touchdown and give the Seahawks the lead. They will go for 2 to try to make it a 7-point lead. Mills on the move, throws left side, and hits DK Metcalf for a 2-point conversion. And the Seahawks are going to go up 20-13 here in the third quarter. So Atlanta down a touchdown late in the third quarter. It'll be Drake London making a tough catch on the right side and picking up 17 yards in the first down. The last play of the third quarter is going to be another catch for Drake London, and he'll pick up 6 yards on the play. Third and 1. Michael Mann on the move. He'll set his feet and throw right side. It is caught by Alonzo Hitchens, who's all the way to the Seattle 33. Man backing up and going left side this time. And there is Kyle Pitts making a great catch on the sideline. And he's going to put the Falcons into the red zone. Man rolls right and runs into his own lineman in Artie Bradley. And he cannot get away from Bowser, who has his third sack of the game. It'll be a loss of 7. Second at 17. Man goes deep left side of the end zone. And he's going to hit Levi Jones for a touchdown. However, Younghoe Koo had missed the extra point. So Seattle is still up here in the fourth quarter. Up 20-19, just a single-point lead. We'll see if they're able to hang on or maybe even extend that lead. It'll be Noah Fant deep left side up to the 44 with a first down. Now from the Atlanta 48, a carry for Walker left side. He breaks away from Najee Johnson and has a huge gain. He's up to the 34. Second and 3, a fake to Walker. Mills rolls right and checks it down to Callaway, who is brought down in the backfield by Blanchard. Third and 5. Mills is going to fire a jump ball to the end zone for DK Metcalf. It is ripped away by Greedy Williams at the last second, and that'll bring up fourth down, and the Seahawks will settle for a field goal, and they'll make it and extend their lead. So Atlanta now down 4 in the fourth quarter. It'll be a screen to Alonzo Hitchens left side, and he'll pick up 9 yards on the play. Second and 1. A.J. Dillon, he'll duck under a defender and pick up a first down and take it up to the 41. Just 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. A throw left side is going to be incomplete, but there was a lot of contact on the play by the Seattle defense, and they are going to go pass interference, so an automatic first down up at the Seattle 40. Fake to Dillon. Man goes over the middle and hits Alonzo Hitchens, who is spun down up at the 22. Now at the 2-minute warning from the 19, man goes left side, hitting Kyle Pitts. He is brought down up at the 10, and that's going to make it goal to go. First and goal with just about a minute to go in the fourth quarter. A.J. Dillon runs into his own lineman and powers ahead and is up to the 5. Just 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. A screen to Levi Jones. He is spun down right away. Third and goal. They'll give it to Dillon again. He'll cut back left. He's met by a bunch of Seahawks. Breaks away. He is still going to be stopped short of the end zone, though, bringing up fourth down. Of course, Atlanta has to go for it. A field goal does nothing for them. So ball game on the line. They are going to give it to A.J. Dillon. He'll get the blocks, and he will score and give the Falcons a 3-point lead here late in the fourth quarter of the last regular season game of the season. And now the Seahawks are in desperate need of a miracle, because this is the last play of their season unless there is a penalty. Can somebody pull down a ball and make a huge play? It'll be a jump ball right side. It is pulled down by Lockett, but he's brought down inbounds. And that is going to be your ball game. The Falcons are going to win this one, and they will head on into the postseason as the #1 seed. For the Seahawks, their season is officially over. I thought Davis Mills played a great game. He was efficient, he didn't turn the ball over, and he did a great job of getting the ball to his playmakers like Noah Fant and Callaway. He could have gotten the ball a little bit more to DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. It was also a solid game for Kenneth Walker. And Joey Bosa, he at least does set a career high in sacks in a season. He didn't really play too much after he got that third sack. We played a lot more backups on the defensive line, especially. As for the offense, they didn't do a great job of finishing drives. We had to settle for a lot of field goals. A.J. Dillon, he had only 87 rushing yards. Is that enough to win the rushing title? I guess we'll see here in a little bit. Let's get through an upgrade. The only one we have is for Connor Wilkins, and he'll end up getting 3 to his pass block power. So with the game out of the way and now the season being over, let's go ahead and check in on all of our stats from the season before we check out who ended up making the postseason. Starting with the offense, we ended up finishing first in the NFL in points per game, averaging 38 points per game. We were 23rd in passing, averaging 249 passing yards per game, and first in rushing, averaging 169 rushing yards per game. So the offense, it was a bit more balanced this year while still being great at running the ball, which is exactly what we set out to do at the end of last year. We wanted to be a little bit more balanced, but still be a great running team. It was a good year for Michael Mann. Besides the turnovers, he did throw a couple too many interceptions, but I would still say it was an overall good year. He set a career high in yards, he set a career high in passing touchdowns, and we ended up finishing with our best record yet in this entire franchise. A.J. Dillon, he had a fantastic season. He averaged more yards per carry, had more yards. He didn't have as many touchdowns, but he did end up leading the NFL in rushing yards by nearly 100 yards, so I would say he had a great season. As for the rest of the rushing stats, Randy Hodges, he had his moments, but overall, I was expecting a little bit more from him. He was fine, but just not elite like I was hoping as a pass catching and second back. Kyle Pitts, he was great, 94 catches, a career high in yards, a career high in receiving touchdowns. He ended up finishing 4th in receiving touchdowns in the entire NFL, and he was obviously the best tight end in the league. Alonzo Hitchens, my goodness, what a year for him. I did not expect this. He came into the year as our number 4 wide receiver on the depth chart, but he has worked his way all the way up to arguably being our number 1 wide receiver and our second best pass catching option. And that's just great to see development like that out of a guy who is in just his second year. Drake London, he had his drop problems, and Odell was fine for what he is at this point in his career. So not a bad year from the offense. The offensive line could have been a bit better as well. Artie Bradley was the standout on the offensive line. Moving on to the defense, I'll just tell you the stats and then we'll talk about it. They finished second in the NFL in points per game allowed, giving up just 20.5 points per game. We had the number 10 pass defense in the NFL, giving up 254 passing yards per game. And we had the number 1 rush defense, allowing only 81 yards on the ground per game. So when you hear those stats, the defense, you must think, well, it didn't really feel like those stats were happening on the field, but they did. We ended up finishing with arguably the best defense in the NFL statistically. And yeah, sure, there were games where they were terrible, but the offense also had games where they were terrible. And this defensive unit, it was just really overshadowed by the offense. They were overlooked and underrated, even by me. I don't give this defense enough credit. They have a lot of great players on it. Ebiketie had maybe not the best year, but he still had 10 sacks this season. Deion Jones missed multiple games. He still had 6.5 sacks. He led the team in tackles. Donnell Allen missed multiple games and still had 10.5 sacks this year. Obviously, Joey Bosa set a career high in sacks. AJ Terrell a career high in interceptions. So the defense, I would say they were just really underrated, even by me. But let's move on from the stats and see who ended up making the postseason. Starting in the AFC North, the Ravens won that division with the Steelers making it as a wildcard team. In the AFC East, it was a disaster for the most part, but the Bills, the only team to beat us in the regular season, they end up going 9-8 and sneaking into the postseason. The AFC South has been won by the Titans, with the Jaguars making it as a wildcard team. The AFC West has been won by the Chiefs, despite the Chiefs losing their last game of the year to the Raiders and finishing with the same record. The Raiders do make it at least as a wildcard team. The Packers end up winning the NFC North. In the NFC East, we had the Cowboys make it as the division winner, going 12-5, with the Commanders and Giants making it as wildcard teams. We end up winning the NFC South, with the Buccaneers making it as a wildcard team. And last but not least, the 49ers are the only team to make it out of the NFC West, as they win their division, going 11-6. So here is an overall look at who ended up making the postseason and who is going to be matched up against who in the wildcard round. Let's find out who's going to be advancing on. The Buccaneers were able to defeat the Packers at Lambeau Field pretty easily, as they win 31-13, with all the Packers points coming in the fourth quarter. The Jaguars ended up defeating the Bills 28-14 to advance on. Trey Lance and the Commanders were unable to do much against the 49ers, his old team, as the 49ers win 21-7. A couple of rivals faced off, and unfortunately for the Steelers, they got destroyed, losing 38-13, with Daniel Barden, a former Falcon, throwing 3 interceptions in a playoff loss for the Steelers. The Cowboys were able to hang on and beat the Giants, winning 24-23, and the Raiders absolutely just destroyed the Chiefs, winning 52-20, proving that they probably should have won their division anyway. So yes, we are going to be matched up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, our biggest rivals in the entire series, again in the postseason. We played them last year in the NFC Championship game. It was a great game, but this time you could argue there's even more on the line, because this is the last year we're going to be getting through in this franchise. So if we lose against them, this series is going to be over. But if we win, we get to keep the franchise going for a bit longer. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching this one, and I will see you in the next one.